Man, it's so crazy how the society we can live in can be negative at times. Very, very negative. What's good with y'all, my authentic folks? I'm just gonna get straight into this. Uh I'm making this video as a result of like some of the backlash I'm seeing with Kevin Samuels. You don't know who he is, go look it up. Controversial YouTube figure. You either love him or you hate him type thing. I personally enjoyed him a lot. Thought he gave good tips, good advice, especially for men. But that's not even the whole premise of this video. Uh, I was just, going through social media. It's like you go on social media, you go to comment sections, you're bound to see negative things because a lot of people are just negative people in themselves, and they need some type of void to like express those feelings, that anger or hatred for somebody. And it plus it's just in general, especially with, like, big obviously some celebrities or some big influential figures do things to make you not really like them. But I feel like hate is a strong word unless you truly know the person. Still, even then, hate is just such a can be such a ugly term, a strong term. So it's just seeing like the hate people have for him, and just some of these negative comments. It's just crazy. Um, and a lot of people just didn't like his premise as a whole, like where he stood, like what he was quote unquote trying to do for the black community as a whole. I thought he was trying to do things that benefited, but other people didn't, especially with the women calling in, and how his tone, how direct he was. Like that can be a real big turn off, and I like completely get that. But then again, my thing with that is, when he was doing it before, or like with a lot of these other people, Charleston White is like another good example, another YouTuber, where it's like people like that, they try to preach good messages and stuff, and they try to help the community, but when they do it in like a normal, oh, okay, yeah, not being so direct or vulgar and all this stuff, people aren't listening. But as soon as you see like the controversial clips and stuff for entertainment, that's when everybody jumps onto it. And then that's where that line was drawn, where it's like you either love or hate him, because some of the stuff he did say, I didn't agree with everything. Obviously, I'm not gonna worship him like he's a god or anything like that, because it's only it's only one god to me anyway. Uh, but yeah, he was just a big figure who some people did idolize. I don't feel like you should idolize anybody, but that's just my opinion. Um, yeah, people idolized him and looked up to him, and I definitely appreciated like some of the advice he gave. But then again, just seeing some of the negative feedback and like hatred as a result of like his death was just crazy. It's just like I didn't know people could be, so ruthless, heartless, especially people who didn't like. It's like you didn't even know him personally. Sure, you saw videos. It would be different. He was like direct at you and said these things, but it's just people just saw videos, and just even if like some of the things he says, his opinion, you disagree with him, and people are just so some of these some of these comments is just so negative, man. I don't even want to repeat it myself, but that just made me think, or like creating this video, we live in such a negative society, negative times, man. Like this matrix is what it is, can be really extremely backwards at times. uh just like even the things we put our focus into, like it's all the negative. Like when we approach situations, like a lot of the time we're looking for the negative in things. We're not even looking for the positive. We're not even trying to function on a high vibration. Some people don't even know what that is, but we're not even trying to function on a high vibration. A lot of people like to are comfortable with be on a lower vibration, and just being like seeing things in such a negative light. And it's just like, me personally, I'm like, I don't, how could you want to live that way? For example, right, like I go on Facebook and I see people on Facebook, and I was just like not even looking at comments or anything, but I'll just scroll and see somebody like repost another post, and then that's their opinion and stuff. So I'm not judging anybody for their opinion, but just seeing like the negative the approach they take with everything. It's just like we are so fixated on the negative of things in the society that we fail to like look at the positive. It's so many other, like, even if they're small things, there's so many positives out here we can put our focus on, but instead we just like to draw towards the negative, where just because that's entertaining, that feeds the ego, whatever, like whatever it may be. Mostly it's for entertainment. And you see that with like entertainment, with like a lot of these videos, for example, right? The negative videos get more attention. You may see somebody getting shot on, who knows, or a video, or you may see a fight or something like that with like millions of views. But then when you have people try to give advice for other people and trying to be like life coaches or help them in a sense, those are the videos that don't get like the millions of views. The things we should put our focus on and things that'll benefit us to be the best versions of ourselves and better people are the things that are getting less views, and we're more focused on like the entertainment side of things and just what's going on in the lives of people we don't even know, like celebrities. Putting our focus into like all of this like demonic stuff, like especially like people, like people we idolize, or like the things we listen to or the things we watch, different things like that. We put all of our time into that when a lot of that stuff in itself can be negative. So yeah, man, it's the world we just live in, where a lot of things can just be so backwards. And a lot of the things we put our focus into aren't just like, I think I talked about this in the other video, where it's like sex, money, and I can't remember what the third thing was, but definitely those two things are like and social media. Social media was the third thing. Those are the three things like we put value into the most, but those three things can bring some of the most like negative consequences, and they can actually show who a true person is. But yeah, those are the things as humans we prefer to draw ourselves towards, when that stuff can be very unbeneficial. I'm not gonna edit that out. Unbeneficial for us in a way. I could have used a better word, but whatever. But social media, yeah, social media is just like you get positives. We can get positives from it, but it's so many, negatives on it. Like I said, the whole premise of this video, like negative comments, people looking at things from like a negative light. Like I saw one comment, and I'm probably gonna end the video here because I just don't want it to be like too long. I just wanted a short message, but I saw like one comment where a dude was like thanking Kevin Samuels because he helped him become like a better man in a sense, and he inspired him to wear his first suit and like try to work on himself. And then the comment immediately after that was just like somebody being negative, like, oh, you look to another man to blah 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 blah. And it's just like you didn't even appreciate the fact that like this man was inspired by another man to do things to like better himself, but immediately what came to your mind was a negative thought. And not only that, when you could have just read the comment, kept your negative thought to yourself and scrolled by, you felt like you had to put it out there just to like start a bidding war against him, start a fight against him. It's just like stuff like that, for example, it's just what makes me I'm not gonna say a loner in a sense, but prefer to do my own things, whether it's like friend groups, females, different things like that. Sometimes I just prefer to be by myself, to be honest. Just it strays away from the negative, like whether I could like meditate or just play the game, watch TV, make some food, read, different things like that. I'll sit in nature, get peace from that, and not have to worry about like all the negative that could potentially come around me, versus like throwing myself deep into like what group of people I don't even know just to like fit in and feel comfortable. Like nah, like I'd rather just be by myself than like in stuff like this. Just like the negativity in our society is like one of the main reasons why I'm not gonna say I'm an introvert, but like I have become introverted in my ways, where it's like I'm comfortable. I found things I'm comfortable with, like with myself. Like I can be happy in like my own space, my own realm. if it's because it's at the sake of avoiding all like the negative, low vibrational, toxic energy and people with things that could like come my way. And it's just unfortunate, you know. I'm pretty sure it's like that for a lot of people, but it's unfortunate like society has, you know, come to that in a sense where yeah, it's just everything everything the energy we've created as human beings has been like something so negative. What started off as, you know, a great creation by God to be positive, it's just crazy how we've shifted things where it's just you hear and you see more negative things, even you think more negative things, when it's just so much positive that's out here that we could be focusing on, looking at, and you know, we could show. And just like this Kevin Samuel situation is something, you know, where it's just like if you didn't agree with them or if you had something negative to say, you didn't even have to post it. You could have just kept it to yourself, kept within a small group, and you know, be it there, but just posting like negative things, downgrading the person who can't even defend himself because he's not here. Not he would want to defend himself anyway because he wouldn't care about what those negative people have to say. But you know, it's just unfortunate people just want to be negative. Like, what's the fun in what's the fun in being negative? It must be like a miserable life to have. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just my thoughts just on that situation and just negativity in a whole. Like it's unfortunate, like I said, that we live in this society where it's just like surrounded by us, and like whatever direction we go to, you're going to come into like some sort of you're gonna come into some sort of, I don't know if confliction is the word, but you're gonna confront negativity is basically what I'm trying to say. It's just it's unfortunate that like at all turns, it's, whether that's negative things, negative people, negative circumstances, that you know, it's just so you see so much more of that out here than you see positive. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. It's pretty much all I got to say, and man, yeah, see y'all later, man.